exercise number 2 in Joseph Pilates' book, Return to Life, is the roll up. So I will show you how he wrote it in the book and intended this to be, and then I will break it down so that we can build it up. Okay, so the roll up. He asks that we lay down on the mats, flat, toes pointed, arms reaching up overhead. Now we take a big slow inhale. As you exhale, you're going to start to bring the arms up and flex the toes back. And then we tuck the chin to the chest, slowly rolling all the way up, rounding forward, reaching toward the toes, and then rolling all the way back down. Point, toes locked, head, arms reach all the way back overhead. Now, the roll up is pretty challenging for a lot of people. This takes a lot of core control. Okay, so your abdominals are going to be working a whole bunch. And a lot of people are going to get stuck. So, doing the roll up, I see a lot of people get stuck here, and then their legs start to lift, and they just, fight it to come all the way up. So, how can we break this down? I would actually have clients start at the top to break it down. So, start at the top and actually bend the knees too, because doing that with a straight leg variation is not very easy. Start with, I gotta move my flesh away so I can feel my sits bones pressing down. Start with your hands under your thighs, sitting up tall. So we're looking for head over shoulders, shoulders over hips. Ideal posture there. Okay, relax your shoulders, abs pull in. Now we want to just start with the pelvic tuck, so posterior tuck. So I'm on the tops of my sits bones. I can feel those ischial tuberosities. Now I'm going to just tuck my pelvis and roll to the back of the sits bones. And I also go into a little bit of lumbar flexion, okay? And then I'm just gonna rock back up. That's really the first part of this. My shoulders are pretty much still stacked over the pelvis. Tuck, roll back, come back up. And then I also want to see what my feet are doing, because I want to push evenly. Big toe, baby toe, heel, pressing evenly into that foundation. Now, when we do this roll down, okay, I'm not like collapsing forward into this, because then you also see my shoulders shrug up toward my ears, and I just kind of lose that connection to my more neutral position. So start with the pelvis, tuck, low back. As I roll back, I would go back, find a little sticking point, or to where you can no longer go without holding the back of the thighs. Inhale here. Exhale, roll up, leading now from more of the top of the head and working your way down the spine as you roll forward, finding that connection into your abdominals, and then stack the spine, sit nice and tall. Okay, I would have clients start there and then take the arms away. Inhale, exhale, tuck, roll back. Think about tailbone going forward, low back, ribs, reaching the feet away. Okay, finding that opposition as I push through the feet, reaching the crown of the head back slightly. Now I get stuck about here. I think I've hit my tailbone. Inhale, exhale, pull the abs in, round, roll up, stack, sit tall. Okay, so that's where I would start clients and then progress them. So inhale, exhale, tuck the pelvis first, round the spine, roll back. Think about articulating like how we do in bridge, vertebrae by vertebrae. I'm gonna go hips, my sacrum, and then my low back, my ribs, shoulders, neck, head, everything comes up. Inhale. Exhale, tuck the chin to the chest first. Start to round the shoulders, the ribs, the low back is still connected right here. Ooh, gonna come all the way up. Pelvis rolling up, stack the spine, sit tall. It's much easier to do this with the knees bent. That way we can leverage more of the center, not so much worry about the hamstring flexibility, things like that, okay? And also I have the opportunity to hold my thighs, hold my legs if I need to. So as I come up, I can always grab the backs of my legs to help assist with that full roll up. Okay, that's where I would start. Start at the top and go down. Now, we can try this another way. I would roll all the way back down and also tuck the knees into the chest here. So hold behind the thighs still. Nod the chin, scoop the belly. See if we can't rock up to that seated position, but go slow because I know we can use momentum, and then rock and roll down, still holding the thighs on the way down, but controlling that contraction through the abdominals, that articulation through the spine. Okay, these are a couple of options that I might go toward or prioritize versus in the Pilates studio. Sometimes I see this alligator leg, but I just don't think clients are ever going to get the full roll up if they're compensating and doing that alligator leg. I don't much care for that. I'd rather them get as close to the movement as possible. Now, in the Pilates studio, when we're doing reformer roll-ups, our legs are usually elevated, which starts clients at kind of a disadvantage too, because your legs are up a little bit higher in space here and resting. And for a lot of them, like teaser just isn't, possible. And that's pretty much what the roll-up is. It's like it's a baby teaser with the legs down. And that would be a more advanced move that comes later on. But then have clients start here now with the legs flat down, reaching the arms forward, practice that roll down, that eccentric, slow lengthening part of the contraction, okay? And then as they come up, maybe we do a little rock up to a seated position, okay? But for that full roll down, I'm trying to do some of these without props also, because I would say we could put like something in the low back, because I think that's very important when we're doing this roll down, to be able to articulate and find the low back down onto the mat. So some clients, if they have a really predominant like anterior tuck of the pelvis, going into that imprint, that tucked pelvis position is going to be pretty challenging, especially if their hips are tight or if they just don't have the awareness of what their hips are doing, right? So as you come up, it's so important to try to find that connection of your abdominals, abs to back, low back pressing into the mat, breath. Come all the way up, round forward, okay? And it just takes repetition. It takes time. You have to practice the move. You have to practice the skill to get better at the skill. But how can we make it accessible to clients? Also, if they just can't do the roll up, right, I would just have them practice their chest lift up. Take it back a step to that 100, right? That pre-Pilates 100. Exhale, press. Start to find that connection, abs to back there, okay? Yeah, I think start at the top, start where you want to finish, and then work your way down, and that's going to be a great place. I would also add so many other variations in here. So if I'm doing like my half rollbacks, I would roll back, hold, lift and lower the arms, and then roll back up, because that's also going to start to challenge you, well, twist, in that sticking point of the roll up, okay? Because, well, the sticking point might be down here a little bit more, but we could even go down here and lift and lower, and then try to roll back up, or at least breathe into those areas. So maybe we just go back, hold, breathe, and out. Go back a little bit more, breathe. A little bit more, just the low back. Hold it, breathe. I'm shaking right there. Find those little sticking points and just breathe into it. The variations are the fun part, right? Like how I was lifting and lowering the arms, or adding that twist and reach. All of that is the fun choreography that comes from doing the work, doing the foundational exercises. And really, the people who come into our classes are general population. We do sometimes get athletes and dancers, but we need to really focus on those foundations, give those to our clients, um, and that will help to establish that really strong foundation and promote early success, so they feel like they can do this, they feel those differences in their bodies. Okay, so full roll up, I love it. Second mat exercise in Return to Life, right? We started with the 100 and then went right into a roll up. It flows one into the next. Okay, and then of course we go right into a rollover after that. I won't do that one right now, but yeah, the 34 exercises, it's so smart, it's so intelligent. When I first started teaching Pilates, I was like, lame, I was like, that's so lame, and I wanted to do all the other cool things that I can find on Instagram. In my 11th year of teaching, I've been teaching for over 10 years now, I am constantly finding myself going back to the original work, to the method, right? To the man, the myth, the legend, because that's what Pilates is. And I think we need to keep that history alive and that spirit of Pilates alive, especially in our saturated market, especially with so many studios opening up. I think being rooted in the classics, or whatever you want to call it, classics, the Contrology, the OG, will elevate you and your teaching and your understanding of what you're doing. If you've come into this industry and you call yourself a Pilates instructor, I think it's important to know where that came from and to be so rooted in the method versus just all the aesthetics, right? The aesthetics are great. I love the aesthetics. But having a little bit more depth and understanding of Pilates, the method, will create longevity for your career. You'll continue to be interested and curious, and you'll continue your learning versus just teaching the next trend. Because Pilates has been around for a while now. It's been around for 100 years and it's not going anywhere. So continue your learning, continue your education, continue your self-practice. So let me know if you guys have questions. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, all that stuff. I'm going to continue to add to this kind of Return to Life pre-Pilates, breaking it down to build it back up.